In this question, we have to convert cyclohexanol into cis-1,2-diol and trans-1,2-diol. And also from our previous video on this page, we have seen that we can convert cyclohexene into cis-1,2-diol by the use of a strong oxidizing agent, and that oxidizing agent was your potassium permanganate. So half of our work will be done if we can convert somehow this cyclohexanol into cyclohexene. In order to convert your cyclohexanol into cyclohexene, we usually use an acid. And the most common acid that is used are your sulfuric acid and your phosphoric acid. Now, let us look at the mechanism. Here, the OH group will take up a proton from the acid and it will form OH2 plus. In the second step, this water molecule will pop out and it will generate a very reactive carbocation intermediate. Now, as we know, water is not one of a very good base. Still, as this carbocation intermediate is one of the very reactive species, water is good enough base to abstract this proton and give us the cyclohexene. Now, the conversion of the cyclohexanol that is given in the reactant is very easy to be converted into cis-1,2-diol by using an alkaline potassium permanganate reagent, and we will get our cis-diol. And the mechanism we have seen in the video earlier on this page. Once we have converted our cyclohexanol into cis-1,2-diol, now let us see how can we convert the cyclohexanol into trans-1,2-diol. We saw the conversion of cyclohexanol into cyclohexene in presence of an acid. What happens next is we have to convert the cyclohexanol into trans-1,2-diol. For that, what we have to do is convert this cyclohexene into an epoxide first. So the reagent used for epoxidation is peracid, like peracetic acid. Now what happens, ring opening of this epoxide gives us the trans-1,2-diol, and usually ring opening of an epoxide takes place in aqueous acidic medium. So this oxygen takes up the aqueous proton, acidic proton, and gives us something like this. Here the oxygen attains a positive charge, and there is in the next step attack by a nucleophile where there's inversion of stereochemistry at the point of attack. If your oxygen was above the plane, then your nucleophile attacks from the below the plane. Now what happens is deprotonation gives us our desired trans-1,2-diol. So now let us look at the complete reaction scheme. Your cyclohexanol in presence of an acid was converted into a cyclohexene, which on reacting with alkaline KMNO4 give us cis-1,2-diol, and this alkene was then converted into an epoxide by using a peracid, and in presence of an aqueous acidic medium, the ring opening of this epoxide took place to give us a trans-1,2-diol. So this is how we converted the cyclohexanol into cis-1,2-diol and trans-1,2-diol.